Howdy folks, Big Anklevich here, podcaster, author, and carnivore, and it is day 20 of the July Carnivore Challenge here on Hardcore Summer. Okay, let's head into those daily videos and see just how things went here on Big Anklevich on Health. Alright, so there you go. It is July 21. No, 20. 20? I don't know. It's coming along, and I was in the middle of doing some good stuff, fasting and then sticking to the diet and then fasting again. And when I came out of my fast today, I was so excited to keep that going. Before we jump into that too far, let me say that yesterday I got 30,000 steps, 31,000 actually. Yeah, I mean, I worked all day yesterday, so I went out, I did my normal walk, and then when I got to work, I was just walking, and it was a relatively slow news day. There wasn't a lot to do, and so I just kept pacing back and forth in the little room that I'm in. And I paced and I paced and I paced. Sometimes I went outside because it gets really over air conditioned in there, and when you're fasting, it gets really cold. So I did that too, and after a while I realized, hey, I'm close to where I could probably get to 30,000. Maybe I should see if I can do that. And so I kept going and I kept going, and I made it all the way to 30,000 steps yesterday, which was out of control. Maybe that was a little too much. I don't know. My feet hurt. But that turns out to be 14 miles that I walked yesterday, which is an awful lot. That's more than a half marathon. But that was cool. That was exciting. I did all that, and this morning I got out and first thing in the morning, and I went walking again. So I'm trying to keep it up. I'm definitely going to get my 10,000 steps again today. But yeah, when I got back, I broke my fast and I had a bowl of ground beef. That was my first meal, and that was the last bit of food that I had in the house, and so I had to figure out something to do later on in the day. And worse yet, our floors are in the process of being redone. We did it just a couple of years ago, and the floors turned out to be defective, and we're all curving and bowing and stuff like that and causing problems, and so we're having to do them again. And so, as part of that, we're taking everything off of our floors and getting it upstairs because they're coming tomorrow. And my wife's like, oh, we got to do this thing and this thing in the kitchen real quick before they put the floors down, because I want to have this done just in case, because she's doing painting and things like that. So it was a crazy day. The kitchen was a giant mess. I was unable to really do anything. We went out to McDonald's and I tried to get some quarter-pound hamburgers, but they gave me the ones that you put on just the little hamburgers, like the ones that come in the Happy Meal. I don't think they're even 2 ounces, much less 4 ounces. So I had these tiny little hamburgers, and I was just like, what the heck? And so I wound up going out again, and I got like salami from the grocery store, and then I also got cheese from the grocery store, because this is something that you can just eat. You don't have to go home and cook, because I couldn't go home and cook because there was like pieces of cabinet painted doors and wood and stuff all over all the stove and things. And so I just ate what I could where I was, because my way to cook stuff was kind of off limits at the present time. I still ate carnivore, but it's not lion diet like I wanted to stick to. It's not going to help me. I'm going to gain back all the weight that I lost in my fast, and I have to turn this around again later. But I don't know what to do. Got several days of this to come as they're doing our floors. It's going to be a little weird for a little bit. So we'll see what I can do. At the very least, I will make sure to stay a carnivore. Will not be eating, chips. Will not be drinking soda. I will not be having ice cream. But I can't imagine at this point a situation which would lead me to go for that anymore. I watched the Kelly Hogan video over the weekend where there were people talking about trying out the sugar diet and how it just threw them for a loop. And I just thought, yeah, of course it did. Why would you even consider trying it? I would never consider trying it because I know that I would just get so, you know, I would go over the edge. Impossible. No way will I do that. If I do that, then yeah, it's a problem. And I don't think it's even the way to go. Even if it is a way to lose some weight, I wouldn't do it. There's other ways to do it. Ways that aren't going to cause problems. And anyways, I've been talking for too long. Let's send it over to Marshall. What did he do today?
Thanks, Big. Yeah, it is day number 20 of July in this hardcore summer. Oops, that's hang loose. This is hardcore summer. I pretty much had the same thing I had the day before. On Saturday, I pretty much had the same thing on Sunday. So I had a couple hamburger patties in the morning. I did put cheese on it this time, so that's a little bit different. And then for the afternoon, I had 17 ounces, so it's just over a pound of that delicious brisket. And yeah, I was worried that it wouldn't taste as good being reheated, but man, it was so good, just as good. And I ate most of it, and then I had to put some away because I was getting way too full. And then later on in the evening, I finished off that brisket. And there wasn't actually that much. I probably could have pounded through it in the afternoon instead of waiting. But I felt better waiting until the evening to finish off that meat. But man, it was tasty, very good. And the problem with brisket, though, is everybody in my family enjoyed it. And so everybody is eating it. You know, the pork rib, you know, after everybody has the first meal of that, it's pretty much just me finishing up that pork ribs. So, but brisket, man, it's going fast. There was a lot of it and it's going fast, but I guess that's a good thing, right? If everybody's eating healthy, eating carnivore. So, yeah, that was a good day. And just got to keep going throughout this week. Gonna need to get out there and walk every day this week. So that's my goal. All right, thanks. Bye.
That is good stuff, Marshall, to get everybody eating meat in your family. Maybe you just need to have constant brisket. All of a sudden, the whole family would be pure carnivore with you. Could they be like, it's too good to say no? You know, you've got me inspired, to tell you the truth. I've got that smoker that we got at Christmas I mentioned yesterday, and I just haven't used it as much as I could because, you know, you got to get out there early and start cooking. But I could do that almost every day. I don't go to work until, you know, the afternoon. So why don't I do that? There's so many meats, too, that are constantly cheap, like pork butt, for example. I swear it's always on sale for like $1 a pound or something like that. Why don't I just get myself, I mean, that's how much, like, I think that's even cheaper than how much just beef fat trimmings cost. So, you know, I should be doing that, just cooking that stuff up all the time. I could eat smoked meat every day. Should try it. All right, we'll see you guys next time here on Big Anklevich on Health.